Hello and welcome to video 7, where we'll be having a look at stepping out of your comfort zone. So in the last video, video 6, we had a look at your beliefs, how beliefs are held up, and how you can change disempowering beliefs into empowering beliefs, simply by having a look at the reasons that are holding those beliefs up. Now, in this video, we're going to be having a look at stepping out of your comfort zone, which is something we're going to be encouraging you to do on a daily basis throughout these next 12 weeks. So let's get started, shall we? So, what is your comfort zone? Well, your comfort zone is, in the simplest of terms, what you are comfortable doing. We all have a comfort zone around us, and it's what we're comfortable doing. Now, when you step out of your comfort zone, that's when you're doing something that you're not comfortable doing. It's quite obvious, really. But here's the thing about our comfort zone. If we ever want to grow as a person in life in any way, shape or form, we're going to have to step out of our comfort zone. Because in your comfort zone, it's all the things that you're already doing. And if you want to grow in life, you have to do new things. Otherwise, by definition, you haven't grown, you stay the same. So in this 12-week journey of personal growth, you're going to want to be stepping out of your comfort zone as much as possible. What does it feel like when you step out of your comfort zone? Well, it feels uncomfortable, obvious, right? But here's the thing about that. Most people take that discomfort as being a bad thing. Because they're uncomfortable, they quickly give up and they go back to their old way. And that's why people stay within their comfort zone. We want you to have a look at that feeling of being uncomfortable as being a good thing. Because that feeling of uncomfortableness, that uncertainty, that is the excitement of life. You don't know what's going to come next, and we want you to get excited about finding out who you're going to be, what you can really achieve. You're going to push yourself with this one simple exercise we're going to be showing you in this video further than you've ever imagined possible. So the one caveat that we say is get excited about being uncomfortable. Because when you're uncomfortable, you're out of your comfort zone. When you're out of your comfort zone, you're growing. One of the best examples of this that I ever encountered was with a client of mine called Dave. So, when I first met Dave, Dave came to me with a really big problem. Dave couldn't speak to women. Now, I don't mean Dave wasn't good at chatting women up or getting women's numbers, going on dates or anything like that. I mean Dave couldn't speak to women, period. Like if you went to a restaurant and it was a waitress there, he couldn't order his food. If you went to a bank and it was a woman behind the counter, he couldn't ask for his money. This was a huge problem for Dave in every area of his life. Now, Dave came and he was hugely motivated. He wanted to make this change. So I said to him, there was one condition in which I would see him, and this was the condition. Each day I would give him one task. At the end of the day, if he had completed that task, the next day I would give him another task. If he hadn't, we were done and we would stop. That was it. So Dave agreed to this. He didn't know what it was going to be, didn't know what the tasks were going to be, but he agreed to do this because he was absolutely determined to make a change. So, here's Dave. In his comfort zone of not talking to women. So on day 1, I said to Dave, you've got to go and say hi to 5 women. So, is that in or out of his comfort zone? Well, for Dave, who doesn't speak to women, it's outside of his comfort zone. In order to achieve it, he has to step outside. So, by hook or by crook, Dave had to do it, and he did. And the next day when he came to speak to me, I said to him, was it easier the last time than it was the first time? And he said, yes. Because what happened for him was doing something that was uncomfortable and repeatedly doing it, he started to become more comfortable doing it. See, what happened that day is Dave's comfort zone had grown a little bit. He started to become more comfortable saying hi to women. So, really happy with himself, he asked what the next task was. The next day, he had to say, hi, how are you, to 5 women. Now again, for Dave, this is out of his comfort zone. He had to step out of it, but again, I asked him, was the 5th time easier than the first time? And again, he said yes. So the next day, he had to say, hi, how are you, my name's Dave. just a little bit out of his comfort zone again. The day after that, he had to say, "Hi, how are you? My name's Dave, what's your name?" And the day after that, he had to say, "Hi, how are you? My name's Dave, what's your name?" And then ask a little bit more information. And each and every day, he had to say a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, pushing himself further and further and further out of his comfort zone. So each and every day, Dave took his stretch goals that pushed him out of his comfort zone. And within 3 weeks, Dave had asked out 4 different women. Now they all said no, but that's not the point. If I'd asked Dave on the first day to ask out even one woman, what would he have said? He would have said absolutely no way, because it wasn't just out of his comfort zone, it was so far out of his comfort zone that he couldn't even fathom the possibility of doing it. It would have scared him so much that he would have been paralyzed, unable to fulfill it. However, by pushing himself a little bit, each and every day outside of his comfort zone, within such a short period of time, he was doing things that were previously unimaginable, unfathomable to him. And it's the exact same thing with you and your weight loss challenge over the next 12 weeks. So, very much like Dave, you can step out of your comfort zone over the next 12 weeks. We want to encourage you to do so in as many ways as possible. Now, we've already had a look at a few areas in these previous videos where this will be applicable. So, for example, when you were setting your rules in a couple of videos ago and you were modeling from successful people, some of the areas where you were setting rules, you may have found that they were hugely out of your comfort zone. So I'll give you an example. Perhaps when we were looking at our waking schedule, let's say, for example, you're the sort of person that gets up at around noon right now, and the person that you're modeling gets up at around 4:30 a.m. Now, for you to go from waking up at noon to waking up at 4:30 a.m. in one day straight away, that's quite a stretch. That's a huge jump. So rather than doing that, what you could do is, for the first week, put your rules at getting up at 11 o'clock. The second week, getting up at 9, and so on and so on. Pushing yourself a little bit further out of your comfort zone. The other area that we looked at was beliefs, and with beliefs, very similarly, we said you can't change all your beliefs at once. What you can do is you can start to sweep away some of the legs of the disempowering beliefs and add legs to the empowering beliefs. So bit by bit, there's a shift that goes from disempowering to empowering beliefs. In the same way, each and every day, you're just pushing yourself a little bit further. And when we had a look at our goals in the very first couple of videos, we had a look at making sure that our goals are realistic and achievable as well as meaningful. So we're pushing ourselves for something that we really want to achieve, but at the same time we know is a reasonable and realistic next step. So what we wanted to encourage you to do over these next 12 weeks is to push you out of your comfort zone bit by bit. What we're really trying to do here is we're trying to create internal change that's going to allow you to have a long-term difference in your life. So stepping out of your comfort zone each and every day enables you to create that long-term change in a simple way that never puts too much pressure on you. So a stretch goal is exactly what we'd given Dave. A goal that stretches you and pushes you out of your comfort zone. Now you can give yourself stretch goals each and every day, just like we did for Dave. Or you can give yourself a stretch goal each week or each month. A stretch goal for a week will probably be a lot bigger than a stretch goal for the day. And it doesn't matter which you choose to do. The idea here is to regularly push yourself out of your comfort zone. So, when we have a look at creating a journey and daily accountability, one of the things that we're going to be doing is getting you to create each and every day a stretch goal for yourself over the next 12 weeks. So what we'd like to do right now, just to prepare for that, is to give yourself a list of at least 5 different stretch goals that you could take this week that would push you out of your comfort zone and towards your goal. So that's been video 7, where we've had a look at your comfort zone and stepping out of it.